See if this makes a difference. Oh, that's better. Oh, as you can probably guess, it's very, very early in the morning, and I have done nothing to set myself up. I might have to turn the light on, but I don't know. Let me know, people. Let me know. Is it really dark? I want to get a candle going. I don't know why I've got all this gumph going on here. Do you know what it is? It's so early in the morning that I just haven't set myself up. So please forgive me. What a quad, peeps, what a quad. It's Valerie's Naturals Oracles. And if you're here for the daily spiritual tea. And it's about 6:30 in the morning. And I am still in my pajamas. But I'm having to do this real early today because I've got big things going in. Big things is going in. So please forgive me. I hope it's not too dark. Let me bring my light round and see if that makes a difference. Does it make a difference? I don't know. Let me know, people. Let me know. But it is a bit on the dark side. I don't know. I don't know. It seems like a dull day today, it looks like. Don't know. But anyway, I've got out my true love reading cards. Okay, so we're gonna get into it and see what comes out. I mean, I'm on this love tip lately. I don't know why, but I don't know. These are not always about love. It's about spiritual messages in general, but sometimes it does bring out the distorted feminine, the distorted masculine, and the actual gumph that goes with this. The messages are absolutely fantastic. So let's get a message from here. So, Holy Spirit. Holy angels, thank you for your guidance, protection, assistance. Beloveds, guides, ancestors, please give us a message for the collective. What do the collective need to know today? Thank you, Spirit. Please give us the message. Holy Spirit, holy angels, thank you for your guidance, protection, assistance. Please give me the message. What messages do you have for us today? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so let's get a message out and see what comes out. So, what we got today? Emotional freedom. Oh, what is that all about? I'm not even going to pretend to know what this is all about. I have to say, I'm going to read the gump. But this is a new card for me. But I'm guessing with emotional freedom, it's all about being you, being who you always want to be, with no restrictions. This is what I'm getting from this. But we're going to find out because I have no clue what that card is about. But I'm going to put it here so you can see it. And then we could get the message and then we could get some cards out. I'm hoping this is not too dark today. But so let's see. So emotional freedom. Interesting one. Okay, let's find the gump that goes with this. Where is it? Where is it? It says it is emotional freedom. I can't find it in here. Why can't I find it in here? Compatibility, dating, the distal. Oh, there you go. Number 40. Okay. So I'm going to hold this up while I read it. So I want you to see it because it's I've got my ring light on today because it's a bit dark and it's like, come on, I don't want the ring light in there. Okay. So it says true emotional freedom is a liberating in its ability to embrace individuality in yourself and others. In our modern society, we often encounter the notion that being single means you are free, which being in a relationship means you are not. Nothing can be further from the truth. Many single people feel trapped by loneliness and an inability to embrace certain aspects of life without a partner. Indeed, we often find that two people together may accomplish and enjoy much more of what the world has to offer than was possible on their own. You have drawn this card today because deep down you still believe or fear that being in a loving relationship will compromise your personal autonomy and emotional freedom. Now, why would you think that? Have you been through stuff before where someone restricted you? I don't know, but that's what it sounds like. No matter how much you desire love and commitment, on the one hand, there is a part of you that holds back because of this old feeling. Alternatively, if you are already in a relationship, it's time to acknowledge that your partner is not really limiting or express or suppressing you. No one can truly control you. So this card is suggesting that it's time to reclaim your power, Make healthier choices for yourself and act upon them. True emotional freedom is not about keeping secrets from your mate. You may succeed in deceiving your partner, but you cannot deceive yourself in the long run. Rather, emotional freedom is about acknowledging the differing attitudes and perspective each person holds and creating a relationship that can embrace them all. Then each of you will feel free to think, speak, and act authentically while sharing the uniqueness of your experience with each other. This generates a feeling of mutual support, care, and understanding, and leads to an amazing freedom that celebrates the truth of who you are. That is interesting. So, being alone, you still feel trapped. You think you'd be why did I do that? You'd think you'd be more free, but in actual fact sometimes people get trapped by their loneliness. Learn the art of detachment. I say learn the art of detachment. You should be able to sit in your own loneliness or being alone, because loneliness and being alone is two different things. Loneliness is feeling trapped. Being alone is you're just alone, you're just single. There's a difference, and if you can sit in your loneliness and be happy with that, do you know what I mean? Or not even loneliness, sit on being alone and be happy with that and be your own entertainment. You've come a long way. But if you're feeling lonely if you're feeling loneliness in you on being alone, then you have to ask yourself why, because that's kind of like a little bit of a trigger. I enjoy being. Do you know what? I'm single. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm single. Okay, was married, divorced, dated people, disasters, but I'm happy entertaining myself. I travel by myself. I go to the cinema by myself. I go eat out by myself. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. Do you know, I've traveled half of Spain by myself. It was ridiculous. But I had a good time and I did it by myself. Nobody to tell you what to do, nobody to wait on, nobody to actually give you their opinion about what to do, what not to do. Do you know, it's a freeing sub thing, and this is what this is about. Nobody should be able to hold you down. I've been in relationships where people are trying to restrict you, who you talk to, where you go, where you've been, what you do. Okay. And I learned a long time ago, from the minute somebody is trying to restrict you, they don't mean you no good. They should be there to help you flourish, help you create. I even had somebody take away broadband because they knew that's how I made money. Do you know, they even took away their broadband because that's how I make money. So I don't know what that restriction was about, but yes, I do know what it was about. That person was selfish, A. B, they wanted you to focus on them and nobody else, and to the point where you are dependent on them, monetary, financially, everything. They want you to be dependent on them, and that's very narcissistic. So I got up out of there quick time. I got up out of there quick time, because there's nothing like somebody trying to restrict what you do, how you work, how you think, what you do, and for them to be for you to be focused on them, because that's an insecurity. They're just mirroring their back their insecurities to you, because they didn't get attention when they were younger. They didn't get the love that they needed when they were younger. They probably went through trauma. But I'm just trying to give you examples of people trying to restrict your emotional freedom. I'm just trying to give you examples, and I can only give you from my experience. And I should tell you some story. I keep saying I'm going to say story times, but I don't know if anybody's really that interested. But anyway, yeah, this is kind of hit a nerve with me, because I'm happy being alone, because being in a relationship, the last, especially the last one I was in, being in that relationship was nothing but a Debbie Downer. It was nothing but showed me lessons. It showed me, do you know what was mirroring back to me? It showed me my triggers, and I'm telling you, I learned a lot. So emotional freedom. Have you been around people like that, or are you around people that let you create, let you be happy, let you be free, especially emotionally? Because when people start trying to restrict you in certain ways, it does your head in. It really does do your head in. So let's get some cards out and figure out why this is here. Let's sit at the bottom of the connection. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes, yes, being in a partnership is more freeing than being alone because there's things you can do together, but there's nothing you can't do as a single person that you can't do. There's nothing you can't do that's in a partnership that you can't do as a single person. And somebody's going to put something in the comments and they say, yes, you can do this, but you can't do this as a single person. But there's almost nothing you can't do. Almost, I'm going to say almost nothing you can't do as a single person that you would do in a couple. For example, sometimes though, going traveling, if you don't book it separately, it works out more expensive. So if you do it as a package, it works out more expensive traveling as a single person than it was if you did it in part. So you book the flight by yourself, you book the hotel by itself, you book your transfers by itself. It works out a lot cheaper than it does doing it in a package. If you didn't know, if you was to do a package as a single person, do it as two people first of all, and then put in the exact same information as a single person, and the price almost doubles. I find that. So I always book the flight separate and it works out cheaper. But anyway, that's just one example. Okay, but sometimes, But anyway, let's see why this card is here. Why is this emotional freedom here? Is it that you're feeling trapped emotionally? I don't know. Are you feeling trapped emotionally? Let's find out. So, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, thank you for your guidance, protection, assistance. Please give me the message. And this light thing is bugging me. Let me just turn this. Sorry, people. I'm turning you. Let me see if I can get you some more light on the subject. Is that better? I don't know if that's better. Is that better? I'm trying to make it so that it's not so dark. Is that better, people? Please tell me. I don't know. But it certainly seems like it's a bit bright for me. But anyway, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, thank you for your guidance, protection, sisters. Please tell us about this emotional freedom. Why is this emotional freedom here? Thank you, Spirit, Holy Angels. Thank you for your guidance, protection, assistance. What am I using today? What deck am I using? Where's the box? What you done with the box, Val? Oh, I'm using Angel Wisdom Tarot. Love these. They give you the wording and everything. And it's very on the spiritual side. So I'm gonna get you a message from this. It's more on the spiritual side, these cards. So thank you for your guidance, protection, assistance. Please give us the message. So the very first card is managing your resources wisely. So this is the Four of Pentacles. Extremes in how you give or receive money, time, or emotions. Smart business decisions, seeing things as black and white, being charitable. So this is the Four of Pentacles. Are you holding back your emotions? Is this what this is about? Is there do you having to you're having to are you having to withhold? Are you having to restrict your emotions? Is it because you've got energy vampires around you? I shouldn't say things like that. But 9 times out of 10 when you do this, it's because people make you feel restricted while you withhold from some. They play with your emotions. Yeah, because you've withheld and gone into hermit mode. This is not going to apply to everybody. When I see emotional freedom, do you not feel free? Do you not feel free emotionally? It says victory. This is the six of wands. It says victory, wise choices that bring public recognition and success, promotions, awards, and scholarships. Okay. I don't know whether you here's what I've got here. You've had things happen in the past that has really done your head in mentally, which made you go into hermit mode. And again, I'm getting the story of you having to rehold from someone, but it's almost like the energy vampire was here. So you went into hermit mode because you're working on your creativity. Is it that these people restricted you as well and made you feel like you was worthless, made you feel like you couldn't accomplish anything, made you feel like you had to pander to what they wanted? Yeah, because look, we've got a king of wands here, and it says here motivatable, inspirational, theatrical, ambitious, takes a leadership role, steps into the spotlight, public speaking, keep your eye on the big picture, communicate your wisdom, don't be sensitive to criticism. Yeah, you had somebody in your life that didn't want you to win. You can look at this two ways. You withheld your energy and went into hermit mode because you was thinking about yourself and your creativity because somebody else or other people in the background didn't see it from you, didn't think you could do it, didn't think you was that person. And this is you bossing up. This is the King of Wands. This is you bossing up. Let me get one more card out. Yeah. A time of great joy and success. Brilliant epiphanies that lead to magical opportunities. Plans that work out perfectly. Gratitude to the divine. This is the Sun card. That's a happy card. This is you because you've had to come out of those emotional situations. Do you know emotional freedom is a big deal? You could be alone and feel trapped in your mind. You could be in a real. Do you know what? I've been in relationships, and I'm going to say this now. I've been in relationships that I felt alone. Being in that relationship made me feel alone, and that's a big emotional thing. That's a big deal. Is it that they made you feel trapped? Is it that they didn't give you the love that you're supposed to get? Is it that they just weren't paying attention to you and all they wanted to know about was their needs? Of course, you'd be in a relationship and feel alone. Do you know what I mean? Of course, you'd be in a relationship and feel that way. But what I've got here is having to hold back your energy. Is it energy vampires in your midst? It could be past energy because it's the first card that came out and the hermit mode. You're coming out of your shell, though. This is what I'm getting here. You're coming out of your shell, or you've come out of your shell because once you come out of your shell and you showed your creativity and you did what you did, it's nothing but victory. It's nothing but happiness. But in other news, you had to hold back from somebody. You had to hold back. You had to hold back your time, your energy, your money, whatever. You had to stand back and analyze the situation because you just knew this person meant you no good at that time. Who's to say they haven't changed? Somebody sees you bossing up and winning. Somebody sees you winning. And now they want to come in. They want to come in. This person wants to come in now with the passion and everything else because they realize what their happiness is now. Why is this here, Spirit? But were they the type of person to be emotionally stunting though? Did they stunt your emotions? Did they make you feel that way? Yeah, look, the boss bitch. You had to hold back as the Empress. Do you know what I mean? And now they want to communicate with you. But did you have to do this in order to be this person? Are you getting what I'm giving people? Yeah, and now they just want to control situations. Wow. But you're seeing it as nothing as conflict because you want to take a risk and go on your journey. You've transformed. Have you been through an awakening? And yeah, now you're this boss bitch. I could keep going, but what I'm seeing here is that there's people in your lives that they played a merry dance with your mind. They played a merry dance with you full stop. And you've had to come out of that situation and you've had to go on your purpose. And or you found your creativity once, you released these people. I don't know why. It always leads down the same garden path. I hate that. Because what I'm getting here is that you had to hold back because you were thinking about your creativity. It says here, time to take action, give birth to your dreams. Creative projects will be very successful, abundance and prosperity. This is what I've got here. Okay, this is what I've got here. But in order to do this, you had to go into hermit mode. This person, in the meantime, they want to communicate with you because they see you as nothing but victory. But you had to be the the Queen of Swords. It says here, brilliant, experienced, harmonious, judgmental, releasing situations or people that no longer serve you, seeing the humor in difficult situations, focusing on career, divorced or unmarried individuals. Interesting. Divorced or unmarried. I'm definitely divorced. I had a divorce party and everything. As my patrons will know, back in the day, I think it was back in It was last September. I had because that's when I got divorced last September. It's like I had a divorce party, an online divorce party. I was sipping wine and got drunk and everything. I was sipping on something and I got drunk and everything. But I wouldn't tell that to anybody. But it was such a stifling situation. It was so stifling. The person was so selfish. They were so selfish, they only thought about their needs. Sometimes people are in survival mode. They don't know when they're going to get the next penny. But at the same time, they don't think about the future and they don't think about what is going to happen in the future. They don't think that they could be left by themselves too, or they're going to lose family members because everybody gets old. Everybody's got to go sometime. Sometimes these people don't think about these things. They don't think about. They just want to know what they got today, and they think about tomorrow, which is not always the case. We should all have goals. We should always have goals, things to aspire to, things to move forward to. And when people start stunting your growth mentally, physically, emotionally, this is when you have to ask yourself the question, is this person right for me? If they're not encouraging me to do what I want to do, regardless of your age, regardless of your gender, regardless of your race, regardless of your orientation, okay, if somebody is trying to restrict you, okay, you have to ask yourself the question, are they for me? Are they for me? If they can't see you being happy in what you do, are they for me? And some people find that a very hard question because you want to do stuff and you can't because you're pandering to somebody else's needs and you're not thinking about your own. A true partnership is that you should be able to do things separately and do things together. You know, it doesn't make sense to me when somebody tries to restrict you for their own selfish means because they want you to focus on them. That's very narcissistic. The minute you stop focusing on this person, they don't want to know you. That's conditional love. That's conditional situations. The minute that you don't focus on this person, they see that as a slight, and therefore it's a conditional situation. It's not unconditional. You should be, regardless of who that person is or what they want to do with their life. If it's not harming anybody else, what's the problem? But some people are so selfish that you must center your whole world around them to the point that you're codependent on them, monetary, emotionally, mentally. That's so wrong. That's so wrong, and that's not how life should be. But anyway, I'm gonna stop this now because this was in a strange way. It was a kind of a strange one, but it wasn't. It's just all about having emotional freedom, the emotional freedom to do what you want, whether you're single or in a relationship. And sometimes people do, and the whole point of this is people. Sometimes people do think that being in a relationship is more freeing than being single, which is so untrue. In fact, it's way cheaper to be to do what you want to do sometimes. They say two can live as cheaply as one, but that's not true. Two cannot live as cheaply as one. I know that for a fact. Do you know what I mean? But what I'm saying here is think about your emotional freedom. Think about what is around you restricting you and why. See the triggers, understand the no. Like I've said this previously. I've had, oh, there's somebody here. Good morning, V. I didn't realize you was there. I've had people say to me, you're going to college at your age. And I'm going to tell you my age. If you ever listen to this, I'm going to tell you my age. I'm 57. I'm going to be 58 in September. But I'm what you consider, I guess, young at heart. I don't feel my age. I don't even look my age. But, you know, I just think as long as I'm alive, I want to learn. As long as I have got breath in my body, I want to learn. Regardless of whether I can walk or not, I want to learn. Knowledge is power. And you should be learning something new every single day. But you can't do that if you're being restricted. If people are telling you no, your gut feeling is screaming at you, do this, do this, do this, and people around you are telling you not to do it. Are you being restricted? It's not fair, is it? It's not right. It's not right. It's okay. It's not right, but it's okay because you've got to see your triggers. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. If you've got this far, thank you for your support, and please subscribe, hit the alert bell, and if it resonated with you, please show your appreciation. There's links in the description below. Thank you for being here regardless. And don't forget, I've got the Patreon Soul Tribe too. And I've got one of my Patreons here. How you doing, girlfriend? I know it's really early, but I've got things to do today. I've got to do this early, and I thought I'll do it live on top of it. I'm going to start doing everything live because it's so much easier. But anyway, I don't know what to call this now. I just called it, for the moment, Spiritual Tea Live and today's date, but I'm going to give it a title. So until next time, people, take care and don't forget to subscribe, okay? Till next time.